say, do you feel alright? I will pick her up from the garden to be mine. Good day guys, and welcome to our channel. If this is your first time here in our channel, after watching the video, please subscribe, like, click the notification bell so you'll be updated on my next uploading of video, and don't forget to make an honest comment based on what you have seen. And should you think that our video is worth sharing with your friends, please share. By the way, today we'll talk about breads. Yes, breads. In bread making, there are three kinds of dough: the soft dough, the medium dough, and the hard dough. And of course, we have the main ingredients we're using in our bread making. It is not only important to know the procedure in bread making, but also it is of equal importance to know the characteristics and the role of each ingredient in bread making. So before we start with our video on bread, let us talk about first of the ingredients that we're using in bread making. Now we'll talk about bread ingredients. Flour. Flour is the main ingredient in bread making. It provides structural framework of the bread because it contains gluten, which gives the bread strength to keep its shape when baked. Gluten is the protein found in wheat flours. When it is moistened and beaten, it becomes elastic and the dough is able to stretch and accommodate the gas formed by the yeast. Yeast is the leavener in bread making. Yeast acts as the sugar in water to form carbon dioxide, which will make the bread rise. There are three kinds of commonly used yeast in bread making: the compressed or the fresh yeast, the dry yeast, and the instant yeast. Let's talk about salt. Salt does not only enhance the flavor of the bread, but also controls the growth of the yeast to prevent over-rising of the dough during fermentation. Liquids. Liquids in form of water, milk, or even juices are needed to hydrate and bind the flour to develop the gluten and to dissolve the yeast. Among the liquids, let's talk about milk. Milk makes the bread more nutritious. They stay softer and fresher longer. About the eggs. Eggs are added to make breads tender, rich in flavor, and golden brown. They also strengthen the framework of the baked breads. Fats. Fats like oil, butter, margarine, or shortening is added to enrich the dough and to keep it soft longer. It gives the bread a moist crumb with a soft crust. Today, I will make a Malunggay Buns using a medium dough bread and my version on how I make pandesal. Let us start, and our ingredients are 600 grams bread flour, 70 grams margarine. The margarine should be melted, but you can use butter if you want. 150 grams sugar, 2 tablespoons yeast, 2 pieces small eggs, 1/2 cup malunggay blended with 1/2 cup water, 1/2 cup water, 1 tablespoon powdered milk, or chopped malunggay leaves, and 1/2 teaspoon salt. First, we will put our 1/2 cup water into our bowl. Then, we will put our yeast. And then, from our sugar, we will put a little bit, about 1/2 teaspoon. Then, from our flour, we will add 1/2 cup. And then stir it. So this is the first part. Okay. Then we let it rise first. After about 20 minutes, we'll add 1 cup first flour, our sugar, and then our egg, and then our blended malunggay, so that our bread is really green in color. Then the flour, you'll turn it on. And then our malunggay leaves, our melted margarine, our salt, our milk, and then our flour we add slowly. Knead for about 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes, when you can stretch it like this, your dough is ready. Okay, we'll take our dough, and now we'll take it out of the bowl. So the mixing bowl. Now we'll form it into a bowl. This is a medium dough, soft to medium dough. And then we will put it in this greased bowl and then let it rise until it doubles its volume. When the volume is doubled, we'll punch down it, and then we will form into a buns and my version of a pandesal. Now we'll just have to cover this with plastic, and then you just let it rise. After about 40 minutes, and now it doubles its volume. Next thing is you have to form it into buns. Okay. Then it should be 30 grams. And then your hands, you should not flat it. It should be a little bit like this, curved. Okay? This is for small buns. That's why only 30 grams. If you wanted it bigger, make it 40. I am using my tart mold, making my buns. Okay? So I have now the first 20, because this would yield 40. Now, for this one, I will make it pandesal. Okay. So I cut it in half. To make a pandesal, you make it a spear. This. Okay. Then start to do it this way, so we can make a spear. We can make it a stone. Then pinch part, end part of the dough. Then roll it. Okay. The next is you just have to put the breadcrumbs. Originally, the one that is used here is a wooden dough cutter. You have to use the wooden dough cutter so that you will not be cutting the dough, but you will just be pressing it. You'll just have to be pressing it so that you could be able to get the size of a pandesal. And unfortunately, I left my wooden dough cutter in Cavite. That's why I'll just be using this side of the knife, like this. And then, because you have to press it. So this should be 4. You should press the dough. The end should stick. That's what I'm saying. You should just don't cut it with a knife. You should the wooden dough cutter is a little bit flat on the other side. So when you press it, it will look like this. Okay. So this is for the pandesal. Since I don't have my kneading tray, again I will use my mold. This is my bread for the next 2 days. So a little bit of breadcrumb on top of its mold. So guys, our buns and our pandesal, we'll just let it rise and then bake it. Okay, so we'll wait for another 30 to 45 minutes and then we'll bake it. After about 30 minutes, here are our breads and we're about to bake it. Our bread is almost ready. So we're about to bake it. And I'll be using my turbo broiler because I don't have an oven here in Makati. I already preheated it to just a little bit lower than moderate, about 300, and start to bake our bread. We'll bake this for about 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, okay, our bread is done. This is now the Malunggay pandesal, and this is the Malunggay Buns. You can see the malunggay dots, the chopped malunggay, by the skin of the bread. Okay, that's it. Guys, this is the indication that the bread has a good quality. If you press it, it comes back to its size. Look. Well, I believe that I have shown you guys my way of making my breads. I did not only add chopped malunggay, but I blend the malunggay with my water. First timers, this is now the best time for you to subscribe, click our notification bell so that you'll be updated on my next uploading of video. And don't forget to leave an honest comment based on what you have seen. And should you think, guys, that our video is worth sharing with our friends, please do share it to them. So guys, thank you for watching. See you next video. This is Chef Ben Casabon signing off. And God bless us all.